welcome to Eli's Tech Talks. So on today's episode, I'm going to be talking about Microsoft, and I'm going to be talking about basically how I landed an interview with Microsoft. And before I start, I just want to stress, and I stress this with all my friends and everybody I talk to, you have to utilize LinkedIn to its fullest potential. You can skip so many processes of like applying and waiting and reaching out and all that stuff if you use LinkedIn. Like recruiters will come to you, opportunities will come to you if you reach out to LinkedIn. Like I lied to you not, maybe half of the opportunities and roles I've gotten I received through LinkedIn because recruiters reached out to me. Even conferences where they flew me out and all of that, they reached out to me through LinkedIn because like my LinkedIn actually looked pretty well. In a separate video, I'll definitely go over how to like beef up your LinkedIn and like make it attractive and who to actually connect with and stuff like that. So basically, back to the story. Last year, maybe August, I was fixing up my LinkedIn, so I was filling it up with skills, adding my resume, connecting with people, whatever. And then maybe a week later, a Microsoft recruiter actually emailed me through LinkedIn or DM'd me, sorry, and she asked me, Elisha, you look like a great fit to interview for a position. Are you interested? And I was like, of course. And I emailed her back, told her, of course. Then I filled out the online form to choose when I was going to like interview, like as far as the time and the date. And I chose like a week after that date. So after I got my first interview, she called me, asked me about my experiences and stuff like that. Read me my resume, asked me some behavioral questions, and she asked me one technical question, and then that was it. I got an email maybe 3-4 days after that. She told me, congratulations, you passed the first interview, and we'd like to interview you again. So I chose another time, and then this time it was 4 questions, and they were all technical. It wasn't too hard, but it was all technical. Then I passed that, felt really good about those. Then they emailed me again, and they said, congratulations, you have one more phone interview you have to do. So I did that one as well. This one was actually a little bit harder than the first one, or the second one at least. And it was 3 questions, 3 technical questions, talking about like programming and algorithm and stuff like that, like system design. So after I went through that, a week later, I got an email saying, congratulations, you passed your 3rd interview, and we want to fly you out to Seattle to do your last on-site interview. And I was like actually very, very excited about that, pretty geeked. So by the time, maybe that weekend, I had to choose a date to fly out. Like they paid for my hotel, they paid for my flight, paid for everything actually, even food, Ubers, like the whole 9. So funny enough, the only day they had was for me to interview on the 24th of September, and my birthday was on the 23rd, and they wanted me to fly on the 22nd. So like in my head, I was like, this might be just a perfect miracle. Like I fly out for my birthday. That was my birthday gift, is passing the interview. Getting a full-time offer from Microsoft. Like that would be a story to tell. Like that'd be really crazy. So I selected that day, and then before then, like I was just studying, was using LeetCode, HackerRank. I actually really hate HackerRank, but used it to study. I read Cracking the Coding interview book, some YouTube stuff. Then I spoke to some professors, did some practicing, and then like 2 days before it was time for me to fly out, I actually had like I got really, really paranoid, and like I had like imposter syndrome. Like I was just like paranoid, like what if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? This and that, da da da. Like I was just so scared. I almost talked myself honestly into not even going to the interview and like actually staying home and like missing my flight. But then, I talked to my parents, talked to my family, and they were just telling me, calm down. You made it this far. They reached out to you. You didn't even apply. So obviously they seen something they liked. And even if I didn't get it, it's my birthday. It would have been a good experience to fly out to a whole nother city, all expenses paid. Like it would have been a good time regardless. So, I calmed down, and then I was ready to go. Flew out there. When I landed, like they treated me like, it was like actually really, really crazy. Like they had the big black SUV, had the person with my name on it, came, black suit, picked up all my bags, threw it in the trunk for me. They had food and drinks in the back, and then like on the way to my hotel, the lady was basically who was driving me, my chauffeur. She was basically like trying to sell Seattle to me. Like she was just telling me all the good stuff that was there. Like it just felt like she was trying to sell Seattle to me because I guess maybe people coming in, you want them to have a good sense of where they're going to stay so they can like actually accept an offer if you do get one. So I got to my hotel, went upstairs, checked in, went upstairs to my room, and the room was actually like really, really dope. I'll show a video. It was really, really dope. Had the kitchen, the living room, the desk, office space, the bed. Like, it was probably one of the best hotels I've ever been in. I don't even lie to you. So after that, I went out, seen the city a little bit, got some food, and around like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, I came back because my interview was the next day. So I just locked in, ate my food, and then just went back to like studying, practicing, watching videos, just trying to get myself, like prepared. I don't think I went to sleep until like honestly like 3 a.m. in the morning, and I had to be up by 6 because I had to be at Microsoft by 7:30. So after I did that, went to sleep, woke up, and went to the office, called an Uber there to the office. And then when we got to made us, they gave us a tour actually first. Give us a tour of the whole facility. Like, that campus is like, honestly, I don't know what to compare it to. Like, it's like if you go to a really big university, like that's what type of campus it is. Like, it's literally, it feels like you're in a university. Like, you have to walk around everywhere. They even have their own like personal like Ubers in a sense inside within Microsoft to take you around different parts of the Microsoft campus. So after they gave us a tour, they took us to where we were going to be interviewing with. They had snacks. They gave us our badges, and then they made us like mingle with each other. I met people from like Harvard, met people from Carnegie Mellon, Texas A&M, USC, Stanford. Like, it was just a big mix of people. So Microsoft has 4 rounds that you have to do like back to back to back to back, and you get like 5 minutes in between each. So after we mingled and we ate, they started calling us in one by one. Like, a recruiter would come out or an interviewer would come out and say your name, and then you just follow him back to the room. You're like in a small cubicle, have the whiteboard. He has a computer out. He's asking me basic questions about myself. And then I had to go and go on the whiteboard. I had to do my first question. So when I did my first question, he asked me, what my language was. I told him Python. We went about asking me some questions. And I do stress, do not try and act like you know everything, because if you do, you end up looking bad. It's better for you to be more integral about the situation and actually, tell them up front that you don't know what they're asking you. So when I started, I didn't actually understand the question the interviewer was asking me. So like I told him I was upfront, like I don't know what this is, or what you're trying to ask me. So then we ended up switching it over into another question, which is a little bit easier. I honestly don't think I did that well on that first interview. That honestly to me was my worst interview. So after that, I went back to the room. Um, then we had like 5 minutes to like relax, talk to other people, and then we had to go back to our next interview. My next interview, he was actually somebody who just recently got hired by Microsoft. So he told me just go up on the board and code whatever you want. And I was like, okay. I went up there, I coded, I just basically merged 2 linked lists, and then I like wrote out the functions, then wrote out some test cases, and then we discussed about it, how it could be done quicker, faster, whatever. That one went really well to me. Came back out, talked about it with some of the people there, went back into my next interview. That one was a system design question, and it was kind of more on the creative end, just to see how creative you are. So the first thing he asked me was like, the question was that if you have a 50-floor building and there's 50 floors, you have an elevator, the 25th floor is the lobby, so there's 25 down, 25 up top, and the lobby's in the middle. And like basically create a system to go about picking people up and down. I just implemented stacks and queues because I felt like that was like the smartest and like the quickest way to like solve the problem. That went by really well too. Like me and the interviewer were going back and forth. Like we were really just like doing well. So I had my last interview, and what they don't tell you also is that one of your interviewers is actually the hiring manager, and they determine like they have the biggest, I guess, piece of the pie to determine if you do get the job or not. So I had my last interview. He was asking me a lot of behavioral questions, and then he asked me one coding question. That one went well to me. After that, we came back. They congratulated us. They gave us like hoodies and stickers and stuff like that. And then they took us to the cafe, and they had like Microsoft cards that you could actually use to like swipe. And then they gave us, I think it was like $20 worth, and then we could just buy whatever we wanted for lunch. And they talked to us about like Microsoft Life and all of that. Then after we finished that, they gave us like coupons for Microsoft, like everything. Like they had Microsoft software 90% off, Xbox 80% off, like a whole bunch of different coupons for different stuff. We explored the rest of the facility, took pictures that I'll show you at the end. It was a good time. And after that, you know, we flew back. I mean, of course, spent my last day, flew back in the next day in the morning. And then maybe like a week after, they reached out to us, told us our results, and then we just went about, you know, the rest of the process. Um, I would definitely say that once again, like I said in the beginning, LinkedIn is your best friend, and definitely was the reason why I even made it to even getting this interview. Like I never applied for Microsoft before. I've never applied with them. They just reached out to me, and little people do know that Microsoft actually bought out LinkedIn, so like they use that platform a lot to like recruit a lot of their talent. So like that's why I really stress that you should beef up your LinkedIn because they will definitely be watching. And so yeah, that's how I interviewed with Microsoft. Definitely had a great time there. Definitely enjoyed the company itself. I really didn't want to go to Seattle though. I don't even lie. I didn't really like Seattle, but I'm pretty sure other people have different feelings. I definitely wouldn't have mind going to another campus, but of course I chose JP Morgan as the company I was going to work for, at least for now. Then probably move into going to like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, something like that. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe, and share, and see you guys next time.